Number 1 on this list is already sitting in your fridge, and you've probably eaten it this week. A major UK meat processor has been caught selling tens of thousands of tons of rotten meat to your supermarkets every single week. We're talking Tesco, Asda, Co-op, Morrisons, even Marks & Spencer. According to whistleblowers, this company mixed rotting pork trimmings with fresh meat, washed slimy hams in salt water to remove the stench, and then shipped it out labelled as prime British pork. The adulterated meat ended up in your ready meals, your sandwiches, your quiches. Investigation revealed this industrial-scale fraud went on for years. That's not oversight, that's system failure. Former employees saw mouldy meat being reprocessed. The Food Standards Agency's Food Crime Unit has executed raids and made arrests. As of 2025, multiple people have been charged. But here's what should terrify you. Each week, tens of thousands of tons of mislabeled pork were pushed into the supply chain. Millions of UK consumers ate expired or tainted meat because of this sprawling fraud. The next 19 illegal foods are flooding Britain right now. Some are in shops, and some are operating in an underground market you didn't even know existed. Illegal food number 2 could kill you with a single shot. In late 2024, a shop in Scotland was caught selling counterfeit Glen's vodka. Laboratory tests showed the bottles contained isopropanol, that's industrial solvent alcohol, the chemical used in antifreeze and hand sanitizers. Ingesting even small amounts causes vomiting, blindness, organ failure, or death. The bottles were passed off as a popular cheap vodka brand, but lacked the proper lot codes. Some consumers noticed a strange chemical odor. Most had no idea until they fell ill. The National Food Crime Unit reports alcohol counterfeiting is one of the top reported frauds in Britain. UK councils and Food Standards Scotland issued multiple alerts in 2025 after hospitalisations linked to bootleg liquor. Check for sealed caps and proper duty stamps. That dodgy £5 bottle could land you in the ICU. Number 3 is literally poison being sold as seasoning. Criminal syndicates have been caught bulking out turmeric with lead chromate, that's yellow industrial lead paint, added to enhance the colour. This causes severe lead poisoning, especially in children, if consumed over time. UK authorities warned imported turmeric, chili and curry powders could be adulterated with this toxic substance. Some turmeric from South Asia has been found laced with lead levels that are dangerously high. You're essentially playing roulette if you buy super cheap turmeric from dubious sources. The price of that bargain might be poisoning your family's tikka masala. Buy from reputable brands only. Illegal food number 4 is a carcinogen hiding in your spice rack. Sudan 1 is a potent carcinogen. It's an illegal industrial dye that's been found in imported chili powder and curry powders. In 2022, the Food Standards Agency issued recalls for certain spice products found with unsafe dye levels. Border testing of spice consignments has increased because of this threat. The Food Crime Strategic Assessment 2024 flags spices as high risk for authenticity issues. That brilliantly red chili from a dodgy source, it might contain cancer-causing chemicals. Check FSA recall lists and stick to trusted brands. Number 5 might make your stomach turn. While the UK is open to some edible insects, many travellers bring dried caterpillars and palm weevil grubs from West Africa without permits. These are seized because they can harbour invasive pests or aren't from approved sources. These illegal insect snacks could introduce crop diseases or allergens. If it's not from an approved UK source, it's a biosecurity risk. Illegal food number 6 is hiding in plain sight. British inspectors have found banned Chinese pork products for sale in ethnic shops. Over 300 kilograms of mystery meat was seized in London's Chinatown in one recent operation. Some of it tested positive for African swine fever virus. That's a deadly pig disease that could devastate UK farms. A single 2025 case of foot and mouth in Germany cost €1 billion. These products often arrive in black bin bags and cardboard boxes, then make their way onto the black market. Sold online, out of car trunks, in informal street markets and even restaurants. If you're buying processed meat products from unregistered sources, you're gambling with disease outbreaks. Now we're getting into the border crisis. Number 7 is just the beginning. In 2024, border agents seized 235 tons of illegal animal products across 2,600 incidents. That's an average bust of 158 kilograms. Much of this was pork and chicken from countries like Romania, Moldova or China, where deadly pig diseases and avian flu are rampant. Smugglers in parts of Eastern Europe hit by African swine fever have been targeting the UK, sneaking in van loads of cheap pork and sausages with forged paperwork or simply hidden in personal vehicles. The biosecurity threat is dire. Just a small package of infected meat could introduce ASF or foot and mouth virus to British farms. The government now calls this surge an illegal meat crisis and warns Britain has avoided a major disease outbreak by luck rather than design. Illegal food number 8 carries avian flu straight to your plate. Tons of chicken are pouring illegally into Britain from countries where avian flu is rampant. Smugglers take advantage of traveller allowances and the recent lapse in EU border checks. No chilling means ideal conditions for bacterial growth. Consumers, lured by cut-rate prices amid the cost of living crisis, are buying untraceable chicken with no idea it was smuggled in a van. You're risking salmonella, Campylobacter, or worse. Number 9 proves the system is already compromised. In one London Chinatown operation, over 300 kilograms of mystery meat was seized. Some of it tested positive for African swine fever virus. This meat had no traceability, no health inspections, no refrigeration. It was being sold to consumers who had absolutely no idea where it came from or what diseases it carried. This is the reality of the illegal meat trade. It's not some distant threat. It's in Britain's markets right now. Illegal food number 10 is a bacterial breeding ground. Black market meat is sold online, out of car trunks, in informal street markets, and even to restaurants. It arrives unrefrigerated, often in black bin bags and cardboard boxes. No cold chain, no hygiene standards, no inspections. This creates ideal conditions for E. coli, salmonella, listeria, and Campylobacter to multiply to dangerous levels. You're essentially eating a game of Russian roulette if you buy suspiciously cheap meat from unknown sources. Number 11 was banned in 2023, but it's still being smuggled for underground restaurants. The UK outlawed detached shark fin imports to combat the brutal practice of finning. Yet authorities have intercepted shark fins destined for illegal restaurants that still serve them. These fins are often hidden in shipments or mislabeled as other products. The smuggling funds organised crime and threatens endangered shark species. If a restaurant is offering shark fin soup in Britain, they're breaking the law. Number 12 is genuinely horrifying. An underground delicacy called smokies has been busted across the UK in shocking quantities. In one Reading raid, officers found 172 scorched sheep heads and bags of smokies meat smuggled in black bin bags at an unlicensed warehouse. Smokies are a West African delicacy created by torching a sheep or goat carcass to impart a smoky flavour. The fleece is burned onto the meat. It's illegal under UK food hygiene laws because burning fleece introduces E. coli and salmonella directly into the meat. The required skinning and health inspections are completely bypassed. Police suspect organised gangs are even stealing sheep to fuel the trade. In Wales, a flock of 40 sheep vanished. Authorities warned they were likely slaughtered clandestinely as smokies. Environmental health officials condemn this as inexcusable, given the grave public health risks. Illegal food number 13 could trigger the next pandemic. British border officers are intercepting whole smoked monkeys hidden in suitcases. These illicit imports originate in West and Central Africa, where bushmeat is common, and are smuggled into the UK via major hubs to satisfy expat community demand. The health stakes are extreme. This meat can carry Ebola, monkeypox, or novel viruses, and there's no way to test these mystery meats at the airport. Contaminated bushmeat can be in Europe in less than 8 hours from an outbreak region, potentially bringing in viruses we have no defences for. From 2022 to 2024, the UK saw an 84% surge in illegal animal product seizures at ports and airports. Every piece of confiscated monkey is incinerated as hazardous waste. This is a public health time bomb. Number 14 is just as dangerous. Investigators have found bush rats, bats, and dried caterpillars hidden in personal luggage. These products often arrive charred or dried to avoid detection. Customs officers have opened bags reeking of decay, crawling with maggots and flies. An estimated 3.9 tons per month were moving through one European hub. That volume is what experts warn is a biosurveillance blind spot that could bring the next pandemic to the UK. Facebook and Telegram groups have been caught arranging orders for bushmeat with pickups in London street markets after the contraband slips past customs. Illegal food number 15 includes pangolin parts and even a 1.5-metre shark folded into a traveller's box. These illicit imports are smuggled to satisfy expat community demand for traditional delicacies or supposed medicinal value. Smugglers char or dry the meat and wrap it in plastic or foil, then bury it under dried fish or vegetables to evade detection. But the smuggling methods are crude. Detection rates are rising. Demand has turned bushmeat smuggling into an organised crime enterprise, ranked among the most profitable wildlife crimes. British authorities have incinerated tons of seized carcasses to protect public health. Number 16 is one of the most disturbing operations in Britain. Illegal deer hunting for black market venison is on the rise. Criminals use dogs to run down wild deer at night, then butcher the carcasses in unsanitary makeshift abattoirs, even in domestic bathtubs. In Fife, Scotland, police report gangs selling poached venison around the doors in communities, literally going door to door with bloody parcels of illicit meat. The venison is bagged in generic plastic and peddled to local pubs or out of car boots at cut-rate prices. None of this meat undergoes any health inspection. One wildlife officer described finding carcasses crudely butchered on bathroom floors. The meat was then sold to motorists outside shops for quick cash. With an estimated 50,000 deer a year taken illegally by poachers in the UK, this is no small cottage trade. Illegal food number 17 could kill you in hours. Gangs illegally harvest oysters, mussels and razor clams from polluted or protected waters to sell into restaurants and markets. In Essex, an illegal shellfish gang was caught with over 600 kilograms of unregistered oysters taken from Southend mudflats. The oysters were being shucked on the beach without any sanitation. Officials intervened just in time to avert a mass food poisoning outbreak from sewage-contaminated shellfish. In Cornwall, a crime ring was convicted in 2023 for using electric shock equipment to dredge up razor clams by the ton. This high-tech poaching stripped the coastline. The clams were laundered into the supply chain and even exported to Asia for premium prices. Illegally sourced shellfish bypassed the purification and testing required by law. They often carry dangerous levels of E. coli, norovirus, or algal toxins. Some are 180 times over the toxin limit. That bargain tray of shellfish sold under the table could be literally deadly. Number 18 reveals how deep the illegal meat trade goes in Britain. The Food Standards Agency's intelligence shows illegal slaughter hotspots in parts of Scotland, Wales, and England. This includes gruesome field butchery of sheep, pigs, and cattle by unapproved individuals. Black market butchers operate out of filthy garages or farm outbuildings, evading the costly regulations of licensed abattoirs. In London, one covert meat plant processed 1.9 tons of fetid animal byproducts. That's meat officially designated unfit for humans. They funneled it back into the food supply. The site had no running water and was strewn with condemned carcass parts. Yet the operators sold this tainted meat to unsuspecting buyers until they were jailed in 2025. Animals are slaughtered inhumanely. Meats are stored in putrid, disease-ridden conditions. Now we're into the direct-to-consumer poisons. Number 19 is marketed as a miracle cure. A government survey found the majority of seized slimming pills in recent years contained sibutramine. That's an appetite suppressant drug that was outlawed in 2010 for causing heart attacks and strokes. Yet dozens of websites still peddle herbal diet pills laced with sibutramine or similar stimulants. Desperate dieters are being put at risk of cardiac arrest. Tests of some 100% natural sex supplements have uncovered unapproved Viagra-type drugs, which can spike blood pressure to dangerous levels. Similarly, certain imported traditional remedies have been found with toxic heavy metals or steroids secretly added. The Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency regularly raids storages and seizes such pills. But online sales via social media and shady e-shops make enforcement nearly impossible. If a slimming tea or miracle cure is working dramatically, it's quite possibly because it contains a banned substance. Many natural cures aren't natural at all. They're stealth poison. And illegal food number 20 is the most terrifying thing on this list. 2,4-dinitrophenol. DNP. Originally used as a World War I explosive and later as a pesticide, it's re-emerged as an illicit weight loss pill sold online to UK customers. It literally cooks people alive from the inside. DNP aggressively raises metabolism, but the dose difference between fat burning and organ failure is razor thin. Multiple young Britons have died after taking just a few capsules, as their body temperature skyrocketed uncontrollably. In one recent enforcement, a man running a DNP supply ring in Scotland admitted to selling up to 10,000 capsules a month. He was sentenced to 3+ years in prison, the first such conviction in UK history. Yet DNP continues to surface via anonymous websites and social media groups. The National Food Crime Unit says combating DNP is a top priority. In late 2023, the UK reclassified DNP as a regulated poison to empower police action. Still, reports indicate this lethal product is sold in closed groups and via overseas platforms. What makes DNP particularly terrifying is that it's pitched as a guaranteed rapid slim-down to vulnerable teens and body-conscious individuals. The victims effectively ingest a bomb. Which one surprised you the most? And if you want to watch a video like this one, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching.